Alright, welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. In this video, we're going to actually get a little bit of gameplay. So just showing up some of the basics here. You can, of course, attack with your knife. We don't have a weapon on us right now, so knife attacks are all we can do. However, it's not going to really matter because we're about to get our gear back anyway. If you go up to this path up here to the right, you will get a few secret items. You know, you wouldn't have got these if you went just straight. And press triangle to climb up the tree, and that's pretty much it. Don't jump down like that, because that's dumb. I don't know why I did that. Just continue along the tree branch, and drop down, and Snake will grab his pack. And now we get about a 10-minute long codec conversation, and I'm not kidding, it's about 10 minutes long.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission.
No, really?
After you've been out in the field for a while,
If you
your
die,
stamina
the
will
mission's
start to
over.
drop.
Really?
If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's really all you need.
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it.
Don't really worry about that too
Suppressor's
much.
durability is shown
I
in the icon.
usually never run out
Any
of
weapons and equipment
suppressors.
beyond what you're carrying now,
It's really not that
you'll
big
have
of a
to find
deal.
as you go.
Unless you're using your
I
gun
have
a
to
lot.
find my own weapons and equipment.
Which you really shouldn't
Whose
be.
crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one
The fake death
issued
pill is a lot of fun to use.
potassium
I'll use
capsule.
that in a few videos
Tape
just
it
to
to your
show it
body
off.
so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back.
I don't think it works
Remember
like that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the
you
support
said that
team will be
already.
in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
The boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
So I guess you could say
Jack,
they were
is
both
that
pretty
you?
sassy.
How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
There's no way you
You've
can know
lost
the
weight.
exact amount of
You
time.
can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
Except the amount
What's
of time
that
it's been
supposed to
since I
mean?
last saw you.
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world.
I like to imagine
Got a
Major Zero
legendary
is just
hero
waiting
backing
for
you
the
up, you'll
right
be
time
fine.
to come in
Isn't
and
that
say
right,
that.
Snake?
Like,
Yeah.
someone please
I
say
can't
the word
think of anyone
snake.
else I'd
Someone
rather have with
please.
me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
So here we'll actually get a little bit of gameplay here, and I'll go into CQC.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
If you're playing the game for the first time and you want to know more about CQC, just go to the, I think it's the options menu in the main title. But I'll be going over kind of the basic CQC techniques, or I guess as boss said, you know, try and remember the basics of CQC. That's what we'll be doing. Of course, as a motion detector, like in most Metal Gear games, pretty useful. Try to look for some food here, show that off. Show the food system in the game. So here we got some alligators in this area, this kind of quicksand area. I like to put them to sleep just in case they try and get me, but you don't want to be too long getting across here in this quicksand, because obviously you'll die, because quicksand you fall in, obviously. If you have half a brain, you probably know that quicksand is bad. Also, I'm going to head over here because there's some items that I didn't pick up. Trying to avoid the crocs, or the alligators, I don't know which they are. If you get close to one of those crocodiles and press the triangle button, he'll talk to you and he'll say, "Find the computer room!" But here's our first snake. You put him to sleep, he will be in a cage, and you can use him as a weapon, actually. If you equip him to your weapon menu, you can throw him at guards or just any enemy, and they'll kind of wrestle with him, which could give you an opportunity to go up CQC somebody or just tranquilize them, and it's pretty handy. Oh no, not another codec.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either.
This codec is pretty much
a
just
stealth
information we
mission.
already know.
Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl
Like modern
instead,
gamers.
you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Okay. So this game and 4 does, you know, blending in the best. Like I love the camouflage and I love Octo Camo. I mean, I like Octo Camo a little bit more, but whatever. So here we go. We got this first guy here. I cut a little bit out there just because it's a lot of waiting and I don't like waiting. But if you sneak up to this guy and press the circle button and then the left stick, you'll hold the guy up and then ask him a question. And then if you keep pressing the circle button, you will kind of start choking the guy out. If you choke him too much, he'll die, but usually you'll just knock him out. I like to trank him afterwards just so he doesn't wake up anytime soon. There are, I think, 3 other guys in this area, maybe? If you go up in this tree, there's a lot of fruits you can get, and those can be kind of handy. It's always good to just have a whole bunch of food items on you. And just drop on down. Pick all this good stuff up. And usually if there's not a guard in this grass area, it means he's just up ahead a bit, so I'm pretty sure he's up a bit here. And again, be mindful of your surroundings. Don't just run into things without looking. Be mindful of your camo index. Stuff like that. I think I'm going to trank this guy. Just because there's a guy to his left that I don't want to see me, so I can CQC him. Because I feel like if I were to go and CQC that guy, I probably would have been seen. But oh well, I'm going to CQC this guy. So again, just sneak up behind people. And if you hold down, or if you're still holding the analog stick in a direction while you press circle, you will slam someone to the ground. And that's always really useful. That's probably the CQC I use the most.
Freeze.
And that one's pretty self-explanatory. Just take out your gun when you're behind someone and they don't see you, and you'll hold them up. And then point your gun at their head or their dick, and they will do a little dance. And they'll give you some good items. And that's pretty much the basics of CQC. Or at least those are going to be the ones that I'm going to use the most anyway. So let's get on out of here and head to the next area.